What's up YouTube, it's your boy Bernard for Reals, and on this video I'll be sharing with you guys 7 things I learned from Naval Ravikant. For those of you who don't know who Naval is one of the most influential and slightly entertaining angel investors that I know about. Over the course of his career, he has managed to invest in about 200 companies in their starting phases or in their early stages. Some of these companies include Uber, Twitter, Foursquare, Wish.com, Notion, Clubhouse, and Bolt, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, the name of the book is Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Now, in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys 7 gems that I learned from this book. The first point in this video is money making is a skill. During the course of this book, he managed to break down the fact that making money is actually a skill that can be learned. And like all skills, it requires time to hone and to develop it. It can be broken down into subsets. Now, a good example that he made mention of in the book was building what people want. Another subset that he made mention of was the ability to sell. According to the book, when you master this subset of skills, if you can learn to build what people want and also have the ability to sell things to people, you are basically almost unstoppable. And guys, please don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe if you like this type of content. Now let's continue. The next point in this video is doing is better than watching. Now, we all learn better and faster when we are actually doing a thing than when we are watching something. Truth of the matter is, you can read as many books as you want to read about riding a bike, about swimming, about making videos, but at the end of the day, you are only going to get better when you actually try to ride a bike, because the experience you get by doing far exceeds whatever knowledge you might actually get by reading books. Now, a perfect example of this is Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is one of the most successful social entrepreneurs that I know about, and this guy says he doesn't spend time reading. He actually spends most of his time doing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's good to educate yourself and like try and know about something before you begin, but like, at the end of the day, what will definitely matter is not your intentions, but your actions. Next point in this video is aim for asymmetric return. Now, what do I mean by asymmetric returns? Asymmetric returns basically mean when your outputs far outweigh your inputs. Naval actually made mention of the fact that we should optimize for opportunities and activities that have their inputs and outputs disconnected. Now, take for example, let's say you're a lawyer and let's say your hourly rate is about $150 per hour. That's quite reasonable. Now, we can both agree that what you're gonna get in a month is proportional to how many hours you actually put in during the course of that month. And another example, let's say you're a programmer and you're working on an app that is trying to solve a problem. And like the total amount of time that you spent on that app is, let's say, 60 hours. As a lawyer, say I work like a typically 9 to 5 and my total work hours are about like 40 hours in the week. Let's say $150 per hour. I get about $6,000 due to my efforts and my inputs, right? If I want to get more, I can put in more hours and make more money. But like as a programmer, I spent 60 hours trying to build this app. And let's say this app actually solves a reasonable problem. Now, it's quite possible that I might actually sell that app for $1 million or even more if it solves a really important problem. Now, this example just comes to show you how certain types of opportunities have disconnected inputs and outputs, and like we should spend more time trying to optimize doing those activities that can actually significantly yield asymmetric outputs. Making a YouTube video, take for example, if this video goes viral or something, hopefully it does, and like I'm having a lot of views per hour, I eventually get monetized. Now I can be making money in my sleep. I mean, there are many other examples, but like this is just a potential example on how we can actually optimize for activities that yield asymmetric outputs. Now, the next point in this video is leverage is the future of wealth. Now, during the course of the book, he made mention of the fact that the future of wealth is not really going to be how much money one has, but one's ability to leverage. Because with the way the world is going, the future billionaires and wealthy people are actually going to be people who use leverage, people who use technology. Because due to the times that we live in, we have moved from the industrial age into the digital age, where leverage is almost potentially infinite. The difference between someone who is going to make $10,000 in a month and someone who is going to make, let's say, $1 million in a month is basically going to be due to one decision in how they use tools. And the future of wealth is basically going to be those who have managed to capitalize on using this leverage to actually significantly multiply their wealth. Next point in this video is focus on understanding the fundamentals. Now, the smartest thinkers are usually the clearest thinkers because they understand how things work. Now, it's a whole lot more beneficial to actually really sit down and understand how things work, like to a granular level, than to actually try and go and advance to the complicated stuff when you truly do not understand the basics. Because when you really understand the basics, it's a whole lot easier to manipulate the things that are seemingly complex to your advantage. Now, this idea can trickle down to understanding the fundamentals of like how money works, or fundamentals of how your business field works, or fundamentals of how your skill set even works. Because when you truly understand the fundamentals, it's easier to think more clearly and not fall into the trap of blurry thinking, which can significantly impact your decision-making process in the future. Next point in this video is real success is internal. The truth of the matter is that nothing in our external world can actually make you genuinely feel successful unless internally you see yourself as a successful being or a successful individual. Now, there's a really interesting quote I heard, which was, "There is nothing inherently good or bad. It's just how you think about it that makes it so." Now, no matter what good thing that happens to you, or no matter what bad thing that happens to you, whether you're going to feel successful or even happy is going to be solely dependent on your internal thought processes or how you think about the matter. I mean, at the end of the day, everything boils to how you are inside than whatever happens in your world outside. The next point is, don't spend your time making other people happy. People's expectations of you is their business. Now, if for some reason you fall short of people's expectations of you and they're not happy about it, now their happiness is their business. But if you make an agreement, now that's when it becomes your business. But if there is no such agreement that, hey, I'm actually agreeing that I'm going to do this and you are allowed to expect this of me, if no such agreement has been made, then whatever people actually think of you or expect from you is solely their business, and you are not really obligated to spend your time trying to make those people happy. And there was a really interesting quote which I got from the book, which was, and he said, "Courage isn't charging into a machine gun nest. Courage is not caring what other people think." Guys, question of the day: if you have ideas of videos you would like to see on this channel, please put it down in the comments below. So who knows, your idea might actually be the next video on the channel. And guys, if you like this video, please like, and if you like the type of content, please subscribe. And remember, oh, and wait guys, you may like a video somewhere on the end screen, and yeah, remember to always keep it real. Bye guys.